Well, good evening from wherever you might be watching us from. We welcome you to the Road Safety Hour, brought to you courtesy of the NRA here on QTV. I am Ansmane Sonyasi, and with me this evening, I have the usual suspects with me in the studio, very familiar faces. We're joined by the Deputy Managing Director of the NRA, Mr. Suleiman Sumare Jane, and as usual, Dr. Modu Gassama, focal person for road safety of the WHO office here in the Gambia, and the ever-present Commissioner for Mobile Traffic Unit, Commissioner Lamin Kinkoli, and Mr. Sidia Sambu, who is the Assistant President of the General Transport Union of the Gambia. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. Great. So as usual, every week we would discuss some very important issues all relating to road safety, but also promoting awareness as far as traffic rules are concerned. And we've done a lot on the use of the 3 lanes and the roundabouts, and today we would really delve into some other areas such as the flyovers, the pedestrian crossings, and the designated areas for picking up passengers and also dropping off passengers. But just if we could do a little recap on the use of the 3 lanes, but also the roundabouts briefly, and then we would move into the topics that we intend to touch on today. But we will do more of the local language, inshallah. We'll start with you, Deputy Director.
Well, thank you very much, Aliu. It's definitely a pleasure being here, and I would like to welcome the viewing public. Road safety is everybody's business. Road safety is a concern and could virtually be seen as a health concern as well too, because whatever you do, it is the quickest thing that can virtually take somebody's life. It'd be a careless driver or you being careless on the road. Now, the intent of this program is to virtually enhance people's understanding and knowledge of what to do, safety knowledge for that matter, on what to do when you are along the highway, either driving on the highway or maybe traveling either by foot, by bicycle, or whatever means along the highway. Knowing what to do is essential. Knowing what to do is important, and it is important to us as the National Roads Authority. So, having said that, we'd like to welcome everybody to the program.
Yeah. Commissioner?
Yeah, it will just be a repetition. Yeah. As you said last week, our last program, we buttressed on how to cross on zebra crossings, what we call pedestrian crossing, how to use them, and then also on our flyovers. If you want to associate the zebra crossings and to connect it in terms of law, it has captured it under Section 84B of the Motor Traffic Act, that no one should neglect the traffic signs, because those are traffic signs. Yeah. And they are telling you a language, and they can speak general language, because being a Jola or Fula, you have to know what is the use of those lines. Right. You translate it in your own language and digest it. Because seeing a vehicle flying towards you, I don't think it is even important for you to risk your life and say, let me just try to cross. Yeah. So there are distances that I think the DGG will take notes, because before the zebra crossing, used to have a white lane, white one, at least 3 or 2 meters away from the zebra crossing. That is the jurisdiction of a pedestrians. Like if the pedestrians already entered in that zebra crossing, the vehicles should all stop, even without flash signal, this red or blue. So, but again, the pedestrian also should know the moment the vehicles pass that line, no one also should enter into the zebra crossings. So these are the languages. And then the way and manner, but in Hadin, the way and manner they design it is perfect. But to me, my observation, the speed bump is close. They are close to the zebra crossing. Because if you want to cater for that white line before zebra crossing, which tells pedestrians that this is my zone, as long as the vehicle don't reach here, you can walk free. As long as the vehicle reaches at that white line, no one should cross. So if you want to draw that, it will be very close. And I know I'm not blaming nobody, but I blame myself because I'm part of the committee and this was sent into the forum to say, make your observations. But I know they also have, the designer also have his own idea why he did that, and I think it's the best. But the white lane, even today I observed that.
So it's like the speed bump is there to alert the driver.
The driver.
That you need to slow down.
Exactly.
I get that.
Yeah.
Doctor, yes.
Well, I fully agree with the Deputy Director. We are dealing with a very complex phenomenon. And yes, last time we talked about not one size fits all. You look at the 3 E's, one of them is education, which we are doing now, and the engineering is also there, and the enforcement. But you also look at this, what the world is now thinking about or is moving towards is a safe systems approach. Safe, the 4 safes. Yes, you have the vehicles safe, must be safe. Safer vehicles, safe vehicles. Now, of course, safe road and safe road sides. They are also very critical. And I'm glad that we don't have that much obstruction around the urban area. But if you look at the urban rural areas, our roads, the road sides also it can be detrimental if there is a crash, because you go into trees. Most of the time those trees are there, so this is why it's also important. In addition to roads, you also look at safe road sides. Now safe road users. It's also safe road users is important. So you have all these safe. They are all complex. They are very important. And you cannot talk about one and leave the other. That's why it's a safe systems approach. All these things are combined together. They make sense. Now he also talking about health implications. Road safety is, you know that we are talking about how many millions are dying. I mean, and 95% of this, unfortunately, are due to human error. So where are we? So definitely, like King Kweli usually say, is our attitude on the rails. Most of the time when we address the attitudes, most of these things will be a thing of the past. But human beings, we are stubborn. Sometimes it's not easy. Thank you.
Sidia, your members, I mean, perhaps one of the most important stakeholders in all of this, the drivers. He mentioned the use of safe vehicles. In terms of being aware of some of these traffic signs as well, how important is it for drivers to pay attention to this?
I greet all our viewers and the director with my uncle and our able boss, Alaji King Kule, with the viewers at large. We at our level, we always educate our drivers, and we think that's the most important role we can play as far as national development is concerned. But road safety is everyone's business. I think the learning should start at home to teach our kids how to use the roads, because we never experienced 3-lane in this country. This is the first time. So we must have challenges on the way, but together we fight the challenges and minimize accident. In our level, in management level, we teach our drivers road sign, safety driving, and certain of these accidents can be prevented. It's all about our nature and the attitude of some of our members, some of the drivers, sorry. But along the road, we advise, tell them what is right and what is wrong. Together we'll build a very commercial society. Because if I am safe, whether my family is safe. If my family is not safe, I am not safe. So the teaching begins at home, to teach our children how to use the zebra crossing, how to use safety. Because safety is number one. There are certain things you take the premium of yourself. Save yourself is the most important thing. So I think the initiative we are in it, and along the way we teach our drivers how to use the lane even yesterday I was having session with some of our members to teach them about this road sign, what is the implication and what they can do to teach the young ones coming as drivers. We as management, we are doing our quota to enlighten our members safely on this Barton Harding Highway, how to use it.
Indeed, the first time I traveled out of the country, it was a huge learning point for me. I remember when I went to the UAE, I noticed something. You mentioned having speed bumps before the pedestrian crossings. I didn't see that there, but I was really shocked at how much they respected the traffic rules. Once they see people crossing, you stop, and you dare not go beyond the normal speed limits, or you know. So I think you're right. It also comes down to the individual as well, having that self-discipline, and you know, really observing the traffic rules. I mean, DM, I would want us to look at the use of the flyovers. Right. How do we use these flyovers? We look at that, and then we'll go into the local language and expand on these things. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for that. The usage of the flyovers, if you look at the flyovers, you know, they have exit points before you get to the flyovers. Yeah. Okay, these exit points, first of all, are not any stopping points or picking up points at all. You are supposed to exit and head straight down. And if you don't have any business maybe taking the exit, the flyover is meant to give you easy access so that you can continue traveling in a straight path to wherever else your destination may be. But you also notice that some people will actually approach the flyover because they missed the exit, and will decide to back up on the flyover. That's too dangerous. You cannot do that. If you miss the flyover, you go to the next exit and then turn around and come back to it. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, the drivers that think it is okay to be backing up on the highway, they are posing a big risk to their lives and also to other drivers' lives as well. If you miss the exit, go to the next one and come back. But you cannot be backing up on the highway at any given point. Now, that'll be, you know, to maybe highlight some of the basic usage of the flyovers. But the flyover is purposely meant to allow traffic to continue flowing. You know, it is, if you look at it, you know, it's the two fast lanes that are on the flyovers, because those are meant to continue. Now, so I'm not sure if that answers your question, you know, but those are important things to note. Yeah.
Let me bring in Commissioner to emphasize further on that.
Yeah, the flyovers, as you said, the exit roads, people are not using it as it's supposed to be. Just I give you an assignment. If you go to Bruceby flyover, all the flyovers, just stand there for 5 minutes or for a few seconds. You can able to differentiate. It is sad, Koli. I can remember the early part of 1994-95. We used to have this flyover where people will climb and fly over. We have one at Latrikunda, one at Joswang, and those were key points. Right. At Joswang, even day before yesterday, there was an accident. It was not fatal. People are refusing to use the flyover. Vehicles are using this exit road more than the flyover, and they are going the same direction. I doubt what are they finding down. That flyovers is used for you to easily go quick and save conjunctions at the roundabout.
Yeah, we have a lot of them at the roundabout.
But a lot of them are at the roundabout. And then unfortunately, particularly the vice president's people, the commercial vehicles, they will always stand, just as the director said, just at the edge of the bridge, picking passengers, dropping passengers. I am speaking with evidence. Where I am sitting, we parked 17 vehicles at Bruceby just yesterday at 8 o'clock, between 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock at night. Wow. They, at the end of in the evening, they turn that area as a garage. They will all leave garage and come to those exit roads, which are not meant for that. It should be an attitudinal cage. My friend, the other countries are not more educated than us or more civilized than us.
All right.
but they take responsibility. And we should also be proud. Yesterday I was there for the first time. I saw how our youths enjoy that place. They just come and sit down. They just come, and we were observing them whether they will be pushing this or they will be smoking this. And no, to be honest with you. And then one thing that I observe also there is no light under the bridge. Anything can happen there. This is DG for consultation with the contractors, because you travel, we all travel. We have seen even at the train stations which are underground, they all have lights. The bridges, they have lights.
Right.
Why not ours?
Yeah, I'm sure DG would,
we
DM
take
would take
note.
note. Yes, it's made a very salient point, really.
It is actually a very good observation. And of course, I mean, the highway is still under construction.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not completed yet. And of course, we listen to observations. I mean, I wouldn't like to use the word criticism, but observations. And because it's a concern for us as well, too. We want it to be safe. I mean, this is the most valuable piece of infrastructure that we have in our beloved country. It's a step in the right direction. We want to do any and everything possible to make it valuable to the citizens of the Gambia.
Right.
Thus, we need to ensure safety as well. So having said that, any valuable contributions, we take that. And of course, he's our partner.
Indeed.
Right.
Right.
Actually, for him, for those drivers, the 17 drivers, actually they will be taken according to the law. And it is a very serious offense, DG, because the law says section 65. A person shall not leave his or her motor vehicle on a public highway. A person who contravene that commit an offense. A fine not more than 50,000, not less than 15,000, in the full 10 years imprisonment.
Wow.
And these people, they will be living at the exit door, and then leave the vehicle, just drop and call him for passengers.
Wow.
Yundum, 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 that is leaving a vehicle. If the driver is there, that one, the section doesn't tell that. He said a person must leave his or her motor vehicle on the public highway. The moment you even if the engine is on, you drop down and you are looking for passengers to join, means you leave your vehicle on a dangerous position and in a dangerous manner because the engine is on.
That's right.
Somebody somewhere can just jump in and go. The incident happened sometime back 10 years ago in Birkama, where a lunatic just entered in a vehicle and drove you. Just enter into the station and kill a woman.
Wow. That's sad. Before I'll come to Cedia, Doctor, he's made some very concerning comments here. In terms of safety, how important is this really?
Very good. I think one thing I observe us as Gambians is our risk perception is very low. There is this tension between convenience and risk, taking risk. Right. You can see that is in our DNA, that is in our blood. I will see the risk, I know this risk, but because of convenience, I will go the other way and I take this. So you can see this is very difficult. And this is where our problem is. If any road user, whether you are a driver or a passenger or a pedestrian, you are conscious of risk, I'm sure a lot of things will change. Now, if I want to cross, like he said, I know that a car is coming, even though this is my right to cross. But I'm seeing a crazy driver running very fast. Who am I to say, let me just cross? Because it's my right. It's my right. So you see, we need to be educating and educating, but it's difficult, I know, to change attitude or behavior. But this is number one, we need to, any person, whether you are any road user, like example, even passengers, even pedestrians themselves, not only drivers. You are crossing and you are even using a mobile phone. You are on the phone, texting, surfing, in the internet. So, and you are crossing the road. How dangerous that is. So, and we keep saying their speed is a killer. Even at 30 kilometers per hour, which you never know, you only have 90% chance of surviving. Wow. 10% you can die when a car hits you driving at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. 40 is about 60-70% of your chance of being killed. And yet you don't know, because these things are coming, you don't have any radar to assess the speed of the car, incoming car. You don't have it.
Yeah.
So all you can do is just make sure you stop, and then usually we are impatient. Again, another very attitude, I mean, I don't know how, we are very impatient.
Yeah.
We are very, very impatient. And once you are impatient, then problems come. Thank you.
No, if I may add on
Yes.
to that, sometimes our attitudes dictates otherwise instead of valuing our lives. And as Gambians, we need to learn to value our lives.
I'm telling
I mean, even you observe it on the main roads. You can stop to allow a pedestrian to cross. They will take their time being on the phone, trying to cross, instead of valuing their life to say, let me cross quickly, because you never know if there's another vehicle coming.
And I encountered that, I think, day before yesterday from Brikama coming to Taboko, around far out, there is a zebra crossing around the market. I just stopped with my car, allow him to move. He is still on the phone. I even shouted at him, hey, what you are doing is undone. You are wasting people's time. Be quick. You cannot be using your smartphone being on the public highway. And what my uncle said, King,
your people.
Our people, not my people alone. Our people, because they all belong to a compound. Our people, they are our brothers and sisters, our uncles on the highway. I think they don't know the use of the route. Especially the flyover. Because I will not say only the commercial vehicle, even the private vehicles. You know, I think education-wise, to enlighten them, what is the use of that highway is the most important. Because sometimes you see some people using the highway, the way they drive, it is not convenient. It can cause any other thing. Using the place as garages, we say no to it. It should not be. What should not be, should not be. Let them leave that highway. It's because of the road, the design is not to use that place. When you are going around Burshubi, you can use the crossing. When you are going towards Brikam, use the flyover to fly so that the traffic congestion will be minimal. But I think we will go back to the drawing board, sensitize our people much more at the tone table. We have a representative there, which he is the garage president, because in any of our region, we have a regional president and a regional vice president on it. I am not the vice president, for clarification.
Oh, okay.
I am the deputy accident and department vice. The vice president is not around, and the president, I step in for them. That place is a concern too, because if I can fully remember, one time we engaged NRA so that we will have signboards on that area, and we talked to the commissioner, we talked to the issue at Bursubi station. Let them force the vehicle to enter to the garage. Because if there's a security officer there, he can force them to enter to the garage. But as they don't know me, or they know me as a civilian, sometimes to talk to people, it is somehow difficult. But if the police are there, they use the garages. After working hours, you know, in any society, you have bad elements. The bad elements will always destroy the good elements. But along the line, we will keep on engaging with them, with the garage attendant, to teach them how to use that road and to condemn it, because safety is everyone's business. Standing there, taking passengers or dropping passengers, it is your own risk. Anyone can come from anywhere and hit your car. So the best thing to do, we engage them, discuss with them, tell them what is right and what is wrong. Together we build a better society. I think, you know, as along the way, we have radio programs and television programs. We say it in our groups so that they will be enlightened and know what to do. Because education, teaching people is the most important thing.
That's right.
Yeah, we will keep on doing it. But along the way, we have challenges. And King Koli, as the commissioner, sometimes you know the bad element. But as I said, police are not GRE, they are not revenue collectors. There are certain things we minimize and see. You know, sometimes our laws to get to do certain things. But along the way, we are partners. We can eradicate certain things in the society.
Right.
I believe we will talk on, we will personally, I will go to the garage, talk to the management at the garage.
So what do you mean the 50,000 is built?
It's huge.
It's the law.
It's
You mentioned, I think Dr. Tu did talk about it earlier, pedestrians using these zebra crossings and,
you see, so
fiddling
this zebra
with their
crossing,
phones and stuff.
this zebra crossing
But we
is,
also have some drivers who are very impatient. I remember sometime last week when someone made a post on Facebook about how drivers wouldn't even give space between, you know, the zebra crossing.
Let me address that for a little bit. And it actually comes back to the point that Commissioner Kinkole made earlier. Now, there are ways and rules that guide the usage of the zebra crossing. And he's right. There's typically a stoppage line that demarcates the where a driver will need to stop and allow a pedestrian to cross using the zebra crossing. Now, granted, we still haven't completed everything. If you realize, you know, even there are areas that are supposed to have the zebra crossings that are not there yet. I mean, they are supposed to have the speed humps. They're not even there yet for now. It's still work in progress. You know, we're actually, you know, trying to get there, and we will put those lines in there eventually. Now, the most important thing is, and I think this is essential for all drivers to know, and also pedestrians to know, which I think Doctor alluded to. If you see a flying driver coming from way over there, look, don't take the chance just because you think you have the right to cross using the zebra crossing. Allow fools to be fools in their own way. Let them go. Save your life. Okay? Cross when it is wide open. When a driver gives you the chance to cross, go ahead and cross. The police officer may not be there at the time to really catch them or maybe give them a fine. So guess what? If you risk your life, I mean, it is at your own peril.
Right.
Now, what we need to do is understand how to use this. The drivers are supposed, the speed bumps are put in there purposely to slow the traffic down. So the drivers will have, when you feel the shake, you know you are supposed to stop at some point. When you see that white line, you're supposed to stop right there and allow any pedestrian to cross.
Great.
It's their priority. They have to cross safely. And we put, these speed humps, to ensure safety. Now, preferably, it should not be there. And I guarantee, once we complete the highway fully, I mean, there's a phase 3 that's coming up, which is coming up, with all these flyovers. We will encourage people to use the flyovers now and slow down.
Great.
Okay? And, eventually, we'll also, and let me also, mention this right here. The usage of the highway. You should not be parking on the highway at any given point. It's a 3-lane road. There are laybys for taxi drivers, mainly for you guys, to stop and drop off and pick up and go. Don't stop over there and thinking it's a parking space. It is not a parking space. It's just to stop. And you cannot stop anywhere else where there are no laybys. You can't. It is meant for continuous flow of traffic. And one of the things that we will start enforcing is drivers who are choosing, like the Commissioner is saying, to leave their vehicles on the highway, and go take care of an errand. We have tow vehicles now that are coming in. We'll start towing their vehicles, and it's a minimum, like you said, $15,000 a charge, and additional charges shall come up too. Minimum storage fees and towing fees, everything else that's coming up. Now, this is the thing about the Gambia, and this is the thing about any country. Most Western countries are more stubborn than we are, but it's about education. It's about having strict laws that people will have to think about the consequences before they break those laws. We are just getting started. Now, what he just mentioned, and I know you said something about the police are not GRA and all that right there, but guess what? Some of these things will have to be in place so that our people can understand and respect the consequences of what could happen when they do violate the law. If you make it too easy, which we usually do, this maslaha business in the Gambia, right? I mean, you make it too easy, guess what? Nobody respects it.
Thank you. I'm afraid we'll take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll open the telephone lines, and we'll also go into the local language so that those who are watching, especially the followers who may not understand what we're saying, will also have an opportunity to take part in this very important conversation. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. The Bertil Harding Highway is transforming transportation in the Gambia with new roundabouts and vehicular overpasses. But safety must come first. Standing along the road or at roundabouts to flag down taxis creates unsafe conditions and unnecessary traffic jams. Remember, always board taxis at designated taxi garages or the garas located at major traffic points. Drivers stopping in no stopping zones will be penalized. Let's keep our roads clear and safe. Together, we can ensure a safe and efficient journey for all.
Badi, Balji. Mol milyala yu tolle katama ani singolla ke fantanka adati da daminto ole nibe tambila manola ka kuntu. Ni mun sinna tamalati adu ibe mano kuntu kan kata mafandola tama dinkiral milyalon taman sero bije pour ye mano nyin kuntu ibajela nibe tambila nin jela moto mina kan amari be jelan driver milyalo itolebe moto borindi kan silo kan inyonte ka lole ka silo di mol la milyalon itolebe mano kuntu kan dinkirala miyalon sinna tamalal ka mano kuntu daminto taman sero be saferin daminto pour ye so ye silo kuntu kata mafandola.
wala waruwaaji nga xam ne ñu ngi awee ci kaw waaye pété di la fàttali ne la sa kaaraange moo jiitu lépp te nag taxaw si diggi yoon bi wala taxaw fu la ne di fa break taxi bokkul si li nga xam ne dañ ko soppa te nag bul fàtte ne lii dafa cause trafic jam soo buggee jël taxi bul taxaw fu la neex pour def ko waaye demal si palaas yi nga xam ne ñu ngi am ay mandarga pour nga war faa jël taxi wala bépp waruwaay bi nga bugga lii nag moo gën a wóor pour yow drivers yi nag ñi nga xam ne dañ tàmma di taxaw foo xam ne waruñ faa taxaw ñu ngi leen a wax ne am na ay daan yu mag yu leen a xaar suñ ko defee mbokk yi di la ñaan na ngeen bàyyi xel bu baax luwaa yi nga xam ne ñoom leen si teg ba pare yéen taxi driver yi dem leen ci garage yi leen gën a jege ba pare nag bu leen fàtte di daw ndànka ngir suñ kaaraange.
Welcome back. Comme ni ñu ko waxee woon rek before break bi seen programme yi road safety la ñu ànd ceeg waa NRA ak ñi ñoo liggéeyal ci mel ni police transport union beeg Dr Gassama nga xamante ne moom mooy focal person bi ci road safety ci WHO office bi fii ci biir réew mi te nag ñu am fii ki nga xamante ne moom moo topp ci managing director bu NRA di Souleymane Soumaré Diané nekk fii ak commissioner bu mobile traffic commissioner Lamine King Koli naka noonu docteur Mamadou Gassama bàyyi ko WHO ak ki nga xamante ne mooy Sidia Sambu bokk ci ñi nga xamante ne ñoo jiite wàllum transport muy general transport union bi fii ci biir réew mi kon su ko defee rek Mr Diané ma bàyyi la nga gunge ñu tuuti ci waxtaan bi ci li ñoo waxtaanee affaire yi flyover si naka noonu tamit zebra crossing si nu nit ñi di mën a jaalee yoon bi bokk na ci tamit mooy fan la driver yi di mun a ebee client ak fi ñoo wàccee foog naa loolu mooy waxtaan bi tey waaw.
waaw jërëjëf ci loolu ba pare ñu nuyu rek suñ mbokki olof yi nga xam ne ñu ngi ñëw seetaan di leen bëgg a wax ne road safety dafa nekk loo xam ne
maa ngi jégalu dama bëgg a jël opportunité bi rek pour fàttali ñuy seetaan ñoom it mun nañoo bokk ci programme bi ku bëgg a call mun ngaa call number yi moo nekk noonu si screen bi waaye bokk na ci mooy 5050505 3333 122 3333 294 number yi boo si call rek incha allah dinañ ko jël te di nga mën a waxtaan ak ñi nga xam ne ñoo ne tey ci biir kër gi kon docteur Mr Diané Rada.
waaw jërëjëf waaw comme li ma doon wax rek road safety dafa nekk loo xam ne lu important la loo xam ne ñun ñëpp dañ ko war a jël faydaal ko ne boo xoolee tey highway bi ñoo wax ni muy Bertil Harding highway dafa nekk lu ees la waaye jëm kanam la itam ci dëkk bi dafa nekk jëm kanam boo xam ne ñun ñëpp foog ñu jàng naka lañ ko jëfandikoo nekku ne lawoon ba tey mooy li ne léegi wécceeku am na léegi
sa jaana ñu maa xamal ne am nañ first caller bi si line bi dafa mel ni kooku daf ñu doon xaar ñu ubbi line si hello asalaamaaleykum
maaleykum salaam naa ngeen def
sant yàlla ba mbari sëñ bi tur beeg fay koole
waaw maa ngi koole airport
waaw ñu ngi laa dalal si programme bi
maa ngi gërëm King Koli moom xam na ma sa jarul moo suma tur
waaw kon mu ngoog
waaw gërëm na sa Kasama dama dee déglu ak moom ak Jaan so most of them xam naa leen man la Mr Mende
waaw hello
wow about this road safety is a very good lu baax la comme ñu ko indi every almost bu fekkee ne mënuñ ko sax waaye su fekkee ne every day sax dina baax
ñu ngi laa dégg
am na yeneen driver yoo xam ne to be quite candid dañ leen di indi driving license den kii
Mr Mendy da ñoo déglu si téléphone bi rek nga bàyyi télé bi mun nga koo wàññi wala nga sori ko ñu ngi laa dégg
waaw wàññi na
waaw da ñoo déglu si téléphone bi rek waaw
am na leneen contribution bi ma doon bëgg a ngeen
hello ok I'm afraid foog ñu bàyyi ko mu dem mu ngi doon wax lu am solo nag ñuy ñaan rek képp kuy call déglu ñu rek si téléphone bi doo ñu mën a déglu si télé bi déglu ñu si téléphone bi loolu duñ mën a déggante kon dafa jafeloo suñu déggante bi mun ngaa sori télé bi sax wala nga wàññi volume bi même si rek ñu mun a waxaa yow si téléphone bi kon nomba yaa nekk noonu ngeen call incha allah dinañ leen ubbil bunta ñu mun a waxtaan ak yéen sa jaane yaa ngi doon wax lu am solo bi foofu call bi doon ñëw
waaw ma delluwaat ci rek ne mooy comme highway bi waaw dafa nekk loo xam ne ñun ñëpp foog ñu jàngal naka lañ ko jëfee waaw dafa nekk loo xam ne dafa war a dimbale ni ñoo jógee di dem doxi suñ soxla yi loolu tax ñu ne ñu bël lu mel nii ba pare itam advancement la ñun ñëpp tukki nañ gis nañ yeneen dëkk naka la mel ñu ne bëgg nañ suñu dëkk mel noonu waaw te yeneen yi nag mënuñ ko lifin
am nañ beneen call si line bi de sorry hello asalaamaaleykum hello hello
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Good. It's very good program.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm following the program. It's very good. But I would also love to emphasize that we do much of the talking in our own languages, the national languages. Because most road users, they cannot understand English.
Yeah.
All right, so that would be very important. But I think you have IEs in road safety are very important. And they should be complementary. They should complement each other. That is the engineering, education, and the enforcement. So these three E's, we should guide them. And if there is enforcement, and engineering is lagging behind, we will still continue to have an issue.
All right.
Or perhaps if there is enforcement lagging behind and engineering and education is going on, we're still going to face the same challenges, the same problem. So in short, that's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you calling. Fogna, three is things I mentioned earlier, Doctor mentioned earlier, Mom Silola Jarat. But we appreciate you calling. Wow. Mën nañu dem rek quickly before beneen caller di dugaat waaw.
So comme li ma wax rek dafa nekk loo xam ne ñun ñëpp foog ñu jàng naka la ñuy use highway bi effectively. Waaw caller bi leen wax noonu tam of course we taking note. We taking note and it's dafa nekk loo xam ne foog ñu nekk di ko improve gradually as we go. Ne lu ees la ci dëkk bi lu ees loo xam ne doo ko mën a ñëw rek introduce ko ci nit ñi ba pare ci ñëpp benn yoon. Déedéet dafa nekk loo xam ne it has to progress. waaw développement noonu laa demee waaw di nga am ne nag ñu ne lu ees lu ñëw ñu ne dañ ngeen jàng naka qualifié den leneen ñëw di yokk ci loolu te sant yàlla nag am nañ loo xam ne fi mu nekk nii mën nañ cee yokkal lu bëri. duñ commencé waat from the start. waaye itam nit ñi itam li ma bëgg a wax ci zebra crossing si nañ understand ne ok zebra crossing pour nit ñi mun a cross safely moo tax ñu def ko fa soo gisee speed bumps yi dañ ko fa def pour trafic ñu forcer driver ñu mun a slow down mun a taxaw allow nit ñi ñu cross safely waaw waaye itam bëgguñoo encourage nit ñi ne just because zebra crossing bi mooy sa right pour nga crossé fa nga seen moto di dawee fële ak speed boo xam ne yàlla xam nga ne peut-être dinaa forcer pour cross safal sa boppa waaw nga allow ko mu dem foog naa ne loolu lu yomb la
commissioner bala maa ñëw si docteur ak Sidia yaa ngi doon wax si gannaaw ci angale ci affaire yi driver yi nga xam ne dañ dee park seen moto yi si kaw yoon bi wala si flyover yi mooy bridge yi ñoo gis dem ba si boori edge bi fi nga exité nga park fa sa moto taxaw di fa jël client wala di fa wàccee client yaa ngi doon wane sax am na ñoo xam ne jot ngeen a téye gars yi fi mu ne lan la lu waa wax si loolu ak lan la driver war a mën a bàyyi xel ci fi ñoo taxaw ak fi ñoo wàccee client rawatina ci flyover yi
si olof nda si soose
boo si ñëw rek du problème
ok a baraka ba
safano ni mandi ka ko la fana
mbadi mandin ko ne aka moy lalu comme nga ya fo nyami nte molete malta police la min malta moto la kunyala ani silo ay min fo wolombe nyim patin hadin na silo le kan nyin sila kuto mi ya lon ko amu gambia e nene ma joti because actually ninko nene ma jo anu nene ma jo lon because nene ma sifa soto dula kilingo min lon ko moto kilingo bitano nyola moto saba bita nyola moto saba bina nyola ye salol soto mi lon ko dol fanambe borla ni dumala ngamira nyinnom akum sinya foloti mi lon ko aketa nyimma sakundale kono ani waramte banko ba soto kan oto ni wo soto da jikol le nyanta tamala wo silo kan because a silo diata bakele ibika la silo dialo ngani kontano foni be moto borondika ibe nyin silo tamandika ibika mira fango ibe gambia banko kan ikamira ke fango je fo ibe arjana dinne so wo kan akatina drive wol kan manya min amanya nyinka aka jawya bake bolo ka tambi mol bulu bin topiko ye min fo wolo woline koyol ngamin je silo kan mine mu wola na fati silo kan wolo nyinti ko mol be nyanta kuntula nin jella ba ni be kuntu kan nin jella ay hakil to fena kana joko nde nyanta kuntula nin nde nyanta kuntula nin line ko yolla ye moto hayna nin bolba iko hanin be kuntula warante ambulance mo yanin alamo kana iko nde startal de iko nyanta kuntula le hani loye moto batu min nin borba kana loye ambulance o batu minni borba kana amun kamalom ite fangola tankolo
comme ça na yiko ngakola sodol abra kola bela
this is Mr. Mendy back again
Mr. Mendy all right you're welcome back
na network ko gambela network ko but anyway King Koli left us net for learning because like near at the entrance of the airport gate Now, if Malong, if it is possible, pour que sleeping police ke ni button and break ama jani be fotala fen ko to je because motor ko bor ni nyami hanni aje be couple from because they don't slow down and ni button and banjul jani be couple fen ko to sleeping police etaraje because I could remember there is a fatal accident involving 2 trucks there. Yeah, so I don't know that because we have for highway long, but it's better we save our life, life of people than highway.
Okay, abrakabake.
Elo kumo moto nyaleti ya kumo nyininka daming jannon dula sute burninti nyanta nyininka la daming tonya be daming ntolu police wolu mantra sila dada kono bar sila dada la albijanne ila nyaton ko ala deputy bijanne e tulo balale reto na nika do ko kele nyin sleeping police wol nyanta kala dami ni ajibe jama ka letaro min soto jamal fankantele copy nka fo hanide amanya na lantea ake director of NR80 yentol copy ibajala ko ninga accident o keda dami yemi fo signa clean signa fula denin ita sina jantol ni beye taje pour nga wodula fight yemi fa accident o jawya batale mo fata jele andu ngay traffic block for hours pour ka trokol bondije ngamira kuma atale janni nga ba folo sleeping police fenkole folo kenu je bare sol watara ngambera fo patele bije the villagers of Banjul.
Commissioner aboko nga kola do so do konke. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hello. Hello. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Alhamdulillah, mbiya. Me moy kan nenke moy le hello.
Yeah, ngam ngam last time to the traffic light. Na je one convoy, yes, called you don't know that. Instead of it run about it, but you don't know that. So I'm like moving the car home, I write a lot.
Okay, Commissioner Beja will say.
Tonya le yemi for convoy Jumalo. Na ya fa. Anyway, akamin for ntamari to for la jang baringa lonne. Andung mfana aya moy nyami nga moy wole nyama nga jele anu nga ko diamule tumando bato ni ala kiti tala wobe stop lale because ni silobe nyami mo manyan na tala against the traffic because nite ko ndemu kinkollo police tente stop la mbatu ngata nyanta tala jan nimbita fo mbita burusubi mbatu nga capitalize ngata because I'm king, I'm the commissioner. Am I the law? Nobody is above the law.
Right.
And position, lua bika personality guarantee, aka positional guarantee.
Yeah.
If you have the immunity, is on the seat, not you as the person.
Right.
The moment nibata o sirankang, itentede, wala nanka foko the law is never old. Bi ninte bi jambe sirinjang ko luwale bembulu motem mala na imnitele. The moment nimbata je yo luwal mimbe tinyanu ase noma.
Okay.
So yemin fa kuma ya tale nga lonne mba karankan ne anu nadiyata ale ngamira ama abe dannale ya
abaraka bake iba fonyal ko nga 5 minutes la soto jandim programme mo nyimbe man but doctor mol nyente fantan kala nyaadi la nyi ci loka
yin kumata bak ale nga ka kumostu yandi hake fulale beje silo la hako mol hako ni manyim fulo tamandi problème nata munengo silo la hakoti silo e memmen beje ye memmen taman serol men ka silo kan isingo tala yenda kundula janne mo imanyana pak la jan wala mo silo la ay mo la hakol di bar mo fana nyende la hako nyenda fana timandi la ñoo ñine mu road safety la problème mot hada badingul ndol mu hada badingul barin ko jata bak insa kata silo e memfo hako nga silo la hako dial ka ko sukandi don e ko al nyanta lola damen loje imanyana lola damen kana loje
right
ni ay memfo ne ma jola min bayri namna nyin sifa ne jan kana kacha ka jang kadu namna nyin sifa soto yo andu nimman ningande comme national road authority be men kante ani police wa nimmo ko tawol nyin kumata baka ndenda hala mba fola na foti ka fo kadu ngal no modolu wol tel lamoyla wol ke lamoy tulol e nyaal wala comme ni kan yibe bari ni ko mo fa ka dum dol da findi dot bari bodul fanan ke lamoy hakilol o to hakili mal ni hakili tam fo nga ñoo tembu o to be men ko la do wala même nga kata silo nga yemen sartol men landige nga sartol ñin tamante
abaraka bake sidia won nañ fi lu bari tanaka liñ dese ci waxtu jeex na fi ne waaye lan ngay bàyyee ñi seetaan rawatina seen members yi
suñu drive
nga mu wax sa nit ñi suñu lay bàyyee gaay
waaw iso man lu ma wax rek as far as time bi dafa jeex na NRA na ñu dimbale picking and dropping point si highway because soo seete boss nu ma use highway bi boss yi rek laa gis fu ñu leen designé ne is there picking or dropping point da nga gis ne ñun dinañ delluwaat ci suñ nit yi jàngal leen fii ngeen mun a jël nit fii ngeen mun a wàcce dafa war a leer waaye king lu mu wax mooy ñuy ñëw di taxaw si ron roundabout bi di fa jël client di fa wàcce client ne ñu dimbale because bakken booy aar mun naa doon sa bakken yi boobu kon nañ sori bàyyi distance bi si fly over bi pour nit yi mun a dem di ñëw loolu mooy njëriñi design bi waaye soo ko congesté rek yaa ngi yaaxal lu bëri te bëgguñ suñ driver di amaak suñ commissioner bi problème di leen man di trifan du ñu dee ne waaye di gërëm ñëpp ñu seetaan
waxtu ba jeex na tak daal to ma bàyyi la nga tàggatoo yow it su ko defee ñu tàggatoo ak suñ nit ñi ba beneen bés bu ay incha allah.
waaw jërë ngeen jëf te di jaajëfal ñi ñoo déglu ñëpp te di wax rek ne ñun li nekk suñ jubluwaay mooy naka la ñu defaree yoon yoo xam ne dafa safe pour ñëpp ba pare dimbale ñëpp ku ci nekk nga mën a jóg dem lijjanti ci sa soxla ñëw delluwaat sa kër sa njaboot si jàmm loolu moo ñu yëkkati. waaw boo gisee nag li ñoo wax comme yaa ngi wax ne xëy na boss yi rek leen providal fu ñoo taxawee di jël mbaa wàccee ak yooyu noonu déedéet boss yeeg taxi yëpp lañ wax ne mën nañ faa taxaw wàccee mbaa jël liñ wax ne nag mënut a am mooy fi nga xam ne mooy di travelling lanes yoon yi nga xam ne nit ñi fa la oto yi fa la ñoo daw 3 lane la kenn waru faa taxaw loolu lañ wax waaye nag ci gàttal ba tey ñu ngi am third phase na boo xam ne mu ngi war a ñëw dafa mel ne bu loolu ñëwee taxi driver yooyu ne ku ci nekk di nga ci gis sa boppa ne loolu mooy pour loolu
jërëjëf Mr Janneh commissioner Colley Sidia ak Dr Gassama ñu ngi rafetlu seen teewaay fii kon lii la ñu waxtu may tey incha allah ba beneen bés bu ay di jaajëfal kola si yëpp jërë ngeen jëf